Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
We're live. We have about 2 more minutes.
Okay. Let's see if anyone else is coming.
I'm glad I'm wearing a hat. The mask.
This may be it. That means you have to move ourselves.
I know.
It's bad enough that we have our pictures of it all at the end.
Yes, no, the transitions.
Yeah.
What are you gonna be doing this fall?
Remote teaching.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
That's tough. I have a 14-year-old and a 9-year-old, and this last year was really hard.
Yeah, I thought it was hard. It's hard for everybody. Where did your son go? The youngest.
The youngest was this California.
Oh, okay. Oh, here we have some people. Hi.
Hi. Which group are you in? Jaguar.
Jaguar, good. And what are your names?
Carly and Carmen McNutt.
Okay, come on in.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi, welcome. Come on
Okay,
in.
we're coming in.
We've got some chairs over here and up there, so you can come up here if you want.
Yeah, she's also in your group.
Okay, I see you. Well, I see you so often, I don't even think
Oh,
of
really?
it.
Oh, here, do you want to
Yeah.
come and chair?
We can
Yeah.
sit.
I forgot
You guys
about
want
that.
to
We can sit
Oh,
together.
well, I figured you were like a
Yeah.
couple.
Yes, exactly. No lie.
So we could potentially have 3 more people.
Oh, we've got people joining us.
Okay.
Oh, it's 6:15. How many people we have, Diane?
You mean presently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Okay.
So anybody who's watching here has to put their sound down.
Anybody who's watching in here? Okay.
It's gonna be-
We're live. Here we go. Can you guys hear me out there? Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay, good. Yes. Good. They can hear me out there. This is, they're all popping up there. There we go. Okay, good. Here we go. Okay, welcome everybody. I'm Susan Gallagher, Director of the Women's Clinic. We've got some new people in here. How many people inside here are brand new? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 brand new people. Welcome. And out there, a lot of those people out there, you people, are with some of the leaders out in the park. Some of you might be watching from home. I apologize if I sound loud, but going through this mask, I feel like I have to project in order for you all to hear me. So I'm going to start right off the bat with what's on my agenda, because when we're done, we're going to do introductions here, and you're going to do introductions out there. So, first of all, one of the most important things with Women's Clinic is a warm-up. So you want to start with about 10 minutes or so, super, super easy effort, okay? And that's one of the basic things that not just beginners, but even experienced people have a hard time remembering a purposeful warm-up. And if you don't do your warm-up easy enough, then your middle part or your conditioning phase is going to be a whole lot harder. So remember to keep that warm-up part truly, truly an easy effort. And that's hard sometimes when you're excited, you're in a new environment, your adrenaline is going, and that type of thing. Okay, there's a little bit of lag on there, which is driving me crazy, but we'll get through that. as long as you can hear me and you can hear me out there. So aerobic conditioning, that's the middle part. So once you get your warm-up part done, then we have the conditioning part, which you're going to pick up your pace a little bit. However, it still needs to be comfortable, or what we call conversation pace. So if you're out there and you can't maintain conversation, chances are real high that you're going too fast, okay? So oftentimes the leaders are going to be asking you questions, and that's so that they can hear you talk. Because if you're really, having a hard time, oh yeah, I can talk. No, that's not conversation pace, okay? Then after, so you break it into 3 parts. Your warm-up, your conditioning or middle part where you want to pick your pace up, and then your cool down, okay? So break it into 3 parts. Make sure that first part is super, super easy. I know sometimes a lot of people have one pace, but in the clinic we want to really and truly emphasize that warm-up part, okay? Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is form. And this is, the princess steps. We branded this whole clinic princess steps, and it has all to do with good form. So I'm going to show you, let's see. I'm going to move this camera. I rehearsed this, so bear with me here. Right there. Okay. Now, here is big, long steps. This is what a lot of people want to do. They think big, long steps is going to be better. Or in running, they do this big, prancy thing like this. Okay? The problem with that is it contributes to shin splints. How many people have shin splints? Okay? Back pain, knee pain, hip pain. So what you really want to do, all right, here we go. All right. Here's princess steps. All right? Doesn't matter if you're walking or running. It's princess steps. See how the steps are shorter? That is good form. And if you're running, that's good form. Posture, midfoot. So, now, whew, this is practice for me too. Let me tell you.
You're doing great.
Yeah. All right. Camera, you're going to go back up there. Hi, everybody. Okay. Back in focus. Back to here. Now.
Video-wise, you're just starting at business.
Okay. So there's a lag. All right. I'm going to slow down a little bit.
Take a breath.
Yeah, really. All right. Okay, so we talked about the warm-up, the conditioning, the cool-down, the form tips, homework tips. You can walk or run as much of the suggested time that's on your homework, but if in doubt, be conservative. Don't overdo it. And if you start to get hot out there, like excessively hot to where you're concerned, slow it down, okay? Just slow it down. Listen to your body. A little bit of muscle fatigue is normal, but if it gets to the point where you have concerns, then you might need to seek medical intervention. But don't be freaking out, because how many people here have been consistently exercising all summer long? Some of you have been, but not everybody, right? And that's why we're here, is to get into. So be patient, start slowly, increase gradually, okay? So those are some of the basic things. The warm-up, conditioning, cool down, good form, princess steps, don't overstride, Okay, overstriding is very, very common, and it's what contributes to shin splints, knee pain, hip pain. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some basic things that we. Okay, you can see everybody in here is wearing a mask. So in addition to the social distancing, keeping 6 feet apart, that's about 2 arms lengths, maybe a little bit more if your arms aren't real long. Okay, and the leaders are going to have you practice that. Okay, social distancing. Masks are required in here, and if you're outside and you are unable to do that social distancing, then masks are also required. Some people will have them, some people won't. I'm going to have mine in my pocket just in case. Okay. Also, the group rotation in the store is what is allowing us to do this safely and to social distance. Okay, that's what's allowing us to do this. And so you want to know your spot. Right now those spots are established, but in case that changes, the way you know your spot is to always read your emails. And you're going to get at least 2 emails every week. One with your workouts or your homework, and then a second one with the topic, the weekly topic. That's going to come, and that's going to list the highlights of the topic, any changes to the spot that you're going to meet outside, and that type of thing. So, you know, there's going to be structure, but there is also going to be a little organic nature to this because it's new, right? Okay, then also the work from week to week for each group, and so, but they still should be doable. How that happens is consistency. Consistency, all right? So you want to do your homework consistently. That's going to help you achieve your goals. It's also going to help you stay up with the other people in your group. Sometimes as time goes on and the group splits apart, it's because the level of consistency that people are doing their homework is so variable. Okay, so we really encourage you, and the leaders out there, they will encourage you as well to do your homework consistently. Okay, now, if you're in a group and it's not the right group, you can change your cat groups at any time. Okay, but you need to either let me know or let your leader know. Let your leaders know if you change group, because that's how you get the correct homework. Okay, if you don't let us know but you want to change groups, you're not going to get the right homework. All right, so that's really important. Conversation pace, that's right, we talked about that. Highly increases the chances for fun, and it's just the right thing to do, conversation pace. Doubling back. Those of you that are alumni, you know what that is. Those of you that are new, when your group starts to spread, your leaders will have the people in the front double back, and that's so that you can stay at your own pace, but also keep the group together. Okay, and it's going to become very, very normal for you. It might be a little bit chaotic initially, but it's going to smoothen out. Okay, if in doubt, be conservative. If you're struggling, let me know. You can change groups, or you can let me know, contact me, and we'll talk about it. Okay, networking. That improves consistency and builds friendships. Okay, so the networking is really important. Probably not tonight, but next week, after some shifting goes around, you will have the option, with permission, we're going to share contact information within the group. But your leaders are going to ask, are you okay with this? So you can opt in or opt out for the information to get shared. A long time ago, because we've been doing this now for 23 years plus, we always used to do it, but now, due to confidentiality and security and all that, we're a little more, sensitive about that, okay? But at the same time, we want you to be able to connect with the other people in your group for the purposes of exercising together on other days of the week, not just Tuesday, okay? So, be respectful with that contact information. You're using it only for the purposes of getting together. Once you get to know those people, you can be friends and do what you want, but for purposes of the clinic, use that information responsibly, okay? Attendance will be taken each week, whether here, like Diane is highlighting your name, or out there, you're doing attendance. 9 or more weeks of being present, physically present, gets you a reward at the end. We usually do a $10 gift certificate here at the store. So be consistent as much as you can coming. Safety. Everyone's responsible for crossing Front Street is a state highway. So don't just go across because everybody in front of you is going across. Make sure you pay attention to the traffic lights, and the traffic light says go. Okay? Where am I here? Awareness. There's a lot of other park users. Some of those other park users get distracted easily and they might not be aware. So be aware of all the other park users, be respectful, even the little kids on the pink tricycles or the people with the dogs or whatever. Just be aware and try to negotiate around them safely, okay? If you have health concerns that you feel you need to let a leader know, like exercise-induced asthma, and maybe you need an inhaler or diabetes, you need insulin, all due respect to confidentiality. If you feel like you need to let a leader know of any health concerns, by all means, let them know, okay? COVID-like symptoms. Stay home if you have fever, chills, cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat, a new loss of taste, smell. You know the symptoms by now. Don't come if you have that, okay? The Facebook group. Check them. Oh, we're doing good with time. Okay. The Facebook group helps with accountability, motivation, and allows us to offer these talks safely, okay? That said, not everybody has Facebook, okay? If you want access to the talk, but you're not on Facebook, you need to let me know, okay? Let's see. The leaders. The leaders are awesome. We could not do this without the leaders. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the leaders. They are volunteers. Give them a big air high five or a elbow, whatever. Okay. The leaders' commitment to this program and to you is such an inspiration to me and to all of us here. It's pretty amazing, their loyalty. Hydration is important. Okay. How many people here, is this your first time in the store? Anybody? Okay, you've all been here. You? Okay, welcome. How many people out there, is this your first time in the women's clinic, and have you been in the store? Let's see. You guys can see here, I'm not going to move the camera again, but for any of you out there that haven't been here, we are a walking and running shoe store. We have a whole selection of shoes, socks, sports bras, accessories, and as part of you being in the clinic, throughout the 12-week duration of the clinic, you get 10% off on anything in here, excluding Garmin pace distance monitors and fueling products, okay? And that is a reward for participants who are in the program, and of course leaders, okay? So I'm going to come back to that in a second here, but also I want to all the events that have been canceled, including our spring program. Traditionally, we have always done a women's clinic focus event that has been a community event, 5K, a 10K. So in the spring, we did a virtual women's clinic focus event, and it went great. So mark your calendar for October 17th, 18th. That's a Saturday, Sunday. We've got the template. It worked great. We're going to do it again. Okay? Now, back to the thank yous and, okay, John, can you come here for just a second, please? I'm going to introduce John. He's the only other staff person left here right now besides me. This is my husband, John.
I can be within 60.
Yeah, he can be here. Thank you. We also have a great staff right now. Mimi's out there somewhere, and Des, and Miguel, and Bob. So, again, I want to thank the leaders. Diane is here. The leaders out there, thank you, thank you, thank you. And Kendra, too, in case you're watching. New Balance, I want to thank New Balance because these awesome shirts for the leaders are compliments of New Balance. And I want to thank Ultra because Ultra seated the leaders in Ultra shoes, very comfy. And also Features, you're all going to get a gift. In the clinic, you're going to get awesome Features socks. And so I want to thank our sponsors for that. Now, with this, I've gotten through this list pretty good. I'm going to stop for a moment. See if I see any questions from out in the park. Let's see.
Does anybody in here have any questions?
Not yet, but.
Yeah. No, they're over there.
Oh.
What's that?
You got 20 watching?
Oh, okay. Thank you for that.
Well, I'm wondering if people are actually might be watching, but they didn't like sign in. Is that a possibility?
Or they might be just watching later.
Right, they might be watching later. Okay, so, any questions in here? Okay, I went through quite a lot of information, and there's also a lot of information on that first email that went out. Just tons of information on that. Normally we have a handout, but instead of a handout, I just put tons and tons of information out there. Okay, so with this, I got through all that in just 20 minutes. Wow. I am going to say temporarily goodbye to all of you out there. So I'm going to sign off. This live video is going to end. We in here are going to be going through our introductions. You're going to be going through introductions out there. And then you're going to give us a grace period. So you've got some time. We'll plan on leaving here by just before 6:45, and we'll all head out there. And so, Bobcats, I will be seeing you. Thanks again, Jen, for being out there. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. Goodbye. See you in a little bit.